more thing.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi, this is Shanti. I'm a YouTuber, so this conversation was really interesting for me. This space is becoming more and more competitive every day, like you all are also aware of. So how do you constantly reinvent yourself? Because the attention span is not just about the time span of watching the content, it's about what is exciting, what is different. So how do you plan to reinvent yourself every time with a new film or something you're putting forward?
I think use your head, brains, come out with more stuff. Isn't that the beauty of it? Otherwise you make the same television show and I repeat it on another channel and I make the same show and then I make another show. And I think this is amazing because it puts you there on your feet saying, boss, ek to ho gaya, what is next? It can't be the same. What is different? And it's constantly ticking your head, you're brainstorming within yourself. And when I'm writing my next one, I'm thinking, oh my God, this is done. Oh, I've seen another one like this. Let's move, let's go. So it's actually helping Suhas and me come out of the box even more, think laterally. And so it's actually one of those challenges that she was talking about. This is the challenge. More and more different, and it's amazing. Huh? I like it.
I look at it a little differently. I look at it that every single person who has a phone in his hand is competition for me. Because there's so many stories out there. It's more about keeping your eyes and ears open and figuring out something that interests you that would interest a larger audience. And there's so much over there. You have a lot of stories. Kushal, I know a lot of yours.
How do you track down, what's happening all around? Because stories are happening every minute. Like you said, everybody having a phone is a competition. So how do you do that as a platform, which is going to be different from maybe a regular storyteller?
So from our perspective, and I'm looking at more from a platform perspective and from the distributor perspective, I think from our perspective, we look at the team first and we say, who's making the story? And who's telling the story. So for us, that's an important criteria. And we're saying, does this person understand the emotions around him? Does he understand? Is he with the current generation? Is he somebody who can tell today's story in today's way? And he bring out the emotion which is around there today. So we look at the team, we look at the people involved and then say, can they relate to the audience today? Because like Kabir is saying, anybody can today, bring out a mobile and create something. And there are a lot of people doing very good work there. For us, we're trying to say, which is a good team, which is a good set of people who can work and capture that today's emotion, contemporary stuff and make that for our contemporary audience. Yeah.
Hello everyone.
Hi.
As Kabir said, anyone with a phone can actually make a short film and anyone with a phone might be a competition. We all know there is a lot of short films that are being made these days and there are a lot of short films that are being made these days and the online space is literally flooding with many websites that are catering to short films specifically. So how would you plan to break the clutter?
Go to SonyLiv.
That's it.
So I think from our perspective, we are looking at it ourselves as being the medium for the storytellers to come out and reach their audience. We have one of the largest audience base in India, and we are open to experiment. We are open to partnering with new filmmakers, telling new stories. And therefore, we think we are different from most others. And we are able to take this to market better than most other platforms. We are able to partner very closely with them and bring them the marketing muscle and the distribution muscle that we as Sony can bring and take them to market.
Thanks.
One last question.
Okay, we're done.
Right. No, I can have a last question. Please.
Sure.
Okay. There are two things. One is, of course, you have more than 500 short films. Can you give a brief idea about, if any, trend on what percentage of viewers, between catch-up TV, sports, and short films and movies? That is one. And second is, how do you ensure the discovery of content? Because when there are 500 films, how will a person like me will go and identify, okay, I might like this or this?
So discovery is on the digital medium is interesting because the content is always on, it's always available. So a lot of times discovery does not Some of it happens through our platform where people come and, we're showing it to them. And we've got very good methodology in terms of suggesting the right flavor or the right stuff to the user. So we've got a recommendation engine which keeps throwing up, and that serendipity brings more and more discovery for the user. But I think a lot of it happens through social media and referencing that happens on social media or the chat applications where people are forwarding these links to each other. So we're seeing a lot of that happening. On the short films and in terms of contribution, our big contribution even now is television content and catch-up television content, and a lot of it is got to do with sports. But that doesn't stop us from investing in new stuff and in contemporary stuff where we think there is a future, where we think we can stand out from a lot of other platforms and be able to create a place for ourselves and work closely with the talent so that the talent then becomes used to this new medium that's coming in and therefore build more and more content for digital. This is a long-term partnership with the talent. So, look at Kabir, for example. He's done a web show for us. We are talking of some other stuff with him. And in the middle, he's also creating this. Similarly with Kushal, we've done a lot of stuff together.